Hello everybody, this is Alex from Hardcoring Guides, bringing my guide for The Darkness 2 on Dawn difficulty. Today we're doing mission 9, Homecoming? Even though this is technically not level 9, well, who cares. Anyway, it's the Homecoming mission, so again I'm basing it off my missions. But anyway, you start off this level as a continuation of the last one, so that's what these next two are going to be. This one, of course, I think I'm showing off the Executions, which gives you the shield thing. I still recommend going for Swarm. If you don't have it at this point, this level might be kind of difficult, so I would highly recommend Swarm. Even if it's not upgraded at all, I would definitely recommend trying to go for that. So, and in this level, we do get a new gun. We get the Striker later on, which is a nice semi-auto shotgun, of course. It's a nice, good, clean gun. But this is a really hard level. This part right here, this beginning part, not too much. There's enough cover for you to kind of hide behind, so nothing too daunting yet. But eventually, we'll get to that part where things get a little hard. So, the way the Swarm works is it has a really lenient amount of distance to it whenever you go to shoot it, and it actually swarms on other enemies. Like, it kind of chains itself to people. So it's a really good version of like Insect Swarm from like BioShock, if you guys are familiar with that. It also just basically in this game it stuns the enemy, so it makes it to where you can get some nice, good, clean shots on them, and especially for a game like this, that's really helpful and really nifty to have. So yeah, I gotta destroy this, but I get hit like an idiot. So. I do die quite often in this level, and there's going to be a particular part that gave me a lot of trouble when I first did it the first time, and we'll get to that eventually. But for this section right here, this one's not too bad. If you got a nice ranged weapon, which any gun really, for the most part, besides a shotgun, should be enough. If you got any good ranged weapon, just pick them off from a distance. I would say don't worry about your points at this point in the game, because we're close to the end game anyway, so they're not really going to matter much. So if you need to get like a kill, like just a plus 10 kill, then who cares? And if you're that worried about full upgrades, then you do have New Game Plus you can play, so it's not that bad. And yeah, I missed the jump like a complete narc, but luckily they give you a way out, thankfully for that. So we'll go get that relic in a second. Also, why is my fucking computer going nuts again? It hasn't done this in a while, I thought. I also recommend keeping the Model 1887 on hand. It's a really, really clean, good shotgun for this level, and it has really nice range. So, it's a weapon I would highly recommend you keep. And there's an upgrade, I don't know if I have it right now, but I think there's an upgrade I get either later or I have it, where I basically make it to where whenever I'm in the darkness, I get an increased capacity for my shotgun. You don't get increased ammo, you just get, you get an increased magazine, quote unquote, or clip, or whatever, essentially, for whatever gun version you have. And I went with the shotgun one, and I think I might have the pistol upgrade for that too, I'm not sure. But yeah, the 1887 does a really good job at taking out guys, especially for headshots and stuff, which you barely even have to aim for a headshot to even get it. So it's a nice, good, clean gun. So the only parts of this level that I would consider are hard are the parts where you have to fight in an arena. When you're fighting mostly just one-off guys by themselves, you can kind of just take your time and whip them or whatever you need to. Also, having the ability to whip an enemy in the air and just keep them there for a while would also be kind of nifty too for upgrades. So yeah, we'll go ahead and go through my little upgrade tree. You guys can see what I've been upgrading so far. If you've been following along by any chance, then, I would always recommend going for the best upgrades that work for you. But if I had to say, especially for those that are watching, now and not earlier, I would definitely recommend gun channeling and Swarm for anybody that is interested. So this area right here is just absolutely terrible. Also, ignore that thing on the top right of the screen. I had to re-record this in OBS because my Elgato, when I finished the video, I ran out of space on my computer to actually record videos. So it made this an MPEG file or whatever, whatever the fuck, and I couldn't send it over my old computer, so it became a problem. And yeah, But yeah, this right here, Swarm into gun channeling is a great combination because now I can just blast dudes with infinite ammo and just have them stunned. The Darkling can also stun enemies too in a way where he can just like latch onto them and stuff, which having the ability to throw him at a certain enemy would be nice. If that is an upgrade that you are willing to get, that's also one I could say might work for you. But where I'm standing right now is, as far as I'm aware, probably one of the better cover areas. I know it's a really small, narrow pillar, but as far as I'm aware, it's worked. Because, like, back here has some decent cover. It has a little bit more cover, but the problem is you have that door to the right of you that enemies just kind of start to swarm out of. You do get a checkpoint, though. After you finish off a few of these guys, you do get a checkpoint. You'll see when that checkpoint comes up, because it'll, of course, say saving. And when you get that checkpoint, that's a good time to die. As strange as it might sound, for those that are... Because people probably think I'm repeating myself on purpose. I mean, well, I am. You guys probably think I'm doing it just to be a dick. I'm not. I'm doing it because, like, what if somebody watches this video later? You know what I mean? Like, at this point in time, that, you know, they already know what they're doing, I guess, but maybe they need some more help. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck that worked, but, yeah, so, getting a checkpoint, you know, just, it's okay to die at a checkpoint, because you get your magic powers back, let's just call them that, I guess, to save time. So you're swarming your gun channeling, and those are really good abilities to have. Oh, man, my jaw hurts. I want to get this commentaries done and over with, so that way, at least when I wake up in the morning, I can get these things rendered and maybe get them posted this weekend as we done with this guide. And who the hell knows what the next one's going to be. I don't know what the next guide's going to be, but I have plenty of ideas of what I would like to try to do. It's just a matter of actually being able to do them. Will I do them now? I don't know. Probably not. Would I love to play the game? Sure, but I don't want to spoil what I would like to do. I'm going to talk about that in the last video. So yeah, grab the Striker. I know I said that 1887 is great, but this shotgun is just amazing at this point in time. And you get a lot of ammo for this last section here too, so it's totally worth the grab, the Striker, for this part. It's absolutely worth it. Now, again, you don't have to stand where I'm standing at for cover. I just use it because I feel like it's a really good one. But yeah, right around here is where I die. You'll see like the saving thing come on. I do have a splice. So yeah, I did die. I don't remember what's going on. But anyway, so this part right here, yeah, just channel your gun. Go for the guy that dashes around. Go for the stun. And just hide behind the pillar from that flashbang. You don't want to get flashbang. Now, granted, you could say, like, just use the gun channeling on the shield guy. That is also something you could do. That also helps. But if these guys get anywhere close, just stand on, like, this left wall corner here and just whip the hell out of them. Because where they're coming from is that door right there. And you want to, you know, have that advantage and just be able to peek over there and just beat the shit out of them if they come your way. The first couple guys are going to come through are the guys that vanish and teleport around. They phase around. So those guys are dangerous, of course. And then after that, you know, you got the flashbang that comes in. That's when you got the shield guys. And if you're lucky enough, the flashbang won't hit you. As long as you don't look at it, I think you should be okay. But yeah, there's the upgrade for the shotgun and the... No, wait, that's the upgrade for the... Whenever you shoot the shotgun, and if you aim in at the same time, I think you can make it, like, more rapid fire. But I think that works better for guns that are, like, pump action and stuff, rather than the one I have. But yeah, you could drop in here, and you could do a slice and dice from the top if you want. But this is a great opportune time to get yourself some either health back or some ammo back. I always recommend going for ammo if you at least have like 3 health, or at least above 2 health or whatever. I always recommend going for ammo because the ammo is relatively scarce in this game, so that's always a good thing to have. But yeah, just come out here, you know, just crouch, use swarm at every opportunity you can get, use gun channeling at every opportunity you can get. Just fucking bust it out and beat these guys' asses. But yeah, that right here, this is probably the best I did throughout the entire game. That was like the best thing I've done, was just that entire sequence of just kicking ass and it went slow-mo. So I think that's kind of cool, honestly. Not gonna lie, that's like the only time I can say like the slow motion was actually kind of cool. But yeah, this little wall I'm hugging over here, this is a pretty good spot. Just stay in this room, particularly, because it has 2 good pieces of cover you can hide behind. And just, you know, kind of pin your shots. You know, just kind of peek out every once in a while. Try to shoot the guy that's teleporting around, that kind of thing. You know, the usual Mojo Jojo type bullshit. So, yeah. And look how long of a range that swarm goes for. That's how ridiculous it is. It's just such a good fucking range. If things do get hairy, coming back in here works too, because we're at the point now where we're fighting more enemies that don't really like to swamp our ass. Mostly it's just enemies that will either try to teleport around and just be goofs, or just enemies that just stay at a range and just shoot us. So we're getting less of the melee enemies, and now we're getting more of the gun-wielding enemies, which is kind of both bad and good at the same time. Depends on how you see it, but I mean, this is a shooter game, so having gun enemies is probably easier to take care of than not gun enemies, I guess. I have no good tips for the whip guys, besides just shoot the shit out of them before they hit you, I guess. I mean, that's my best tip. And of course, you know, you see a shield guy, just go full prejudice and just blast him. You know, gun channel, and just go full on absolute hatred toward him and his entire family and every generation he's ever spawned in his life. Just fucking kill him. Make sure he never fucking respawns or even, you know, breeds. Nothing. I don't want these guys coming back. But yeah, at this point, I'm just taking whatever advantage I can get. I got really lucky with that light right there, to be honest. Also, I think now the guys that teleport, I think now they're getting a little more tankier. I think they have actual armor on now. But again, if things do get hairy, this is a good spot to go to. Right down here. Just, you know, hiding out and, again, you know, just landing your shots when you can. And don't be like me and just miss everything. Like a complete dork. But we're almost done with the level, though. It is actually, honestly, what I would consider probably one of the more harder levels of this entire game, to be honest with you. Because of the amount of people that you have to deal with at all times. It just makes it kind of hard. And they are quite aggressive, too. If you're not used to the aggressiveness, it might be kind of difficult. But, yeah. Luckily, with the darkness, too, though, there's no med packs. So we don't have to worry. Well, I mean, yeah, there kind of is, but there's, like, you know, like the fear version of regenerating health, where, like, once you have, like, 25% health left, you just regenerate that last 25%, you're good to go. So using that to your advantage just comes in handy. I would argue you probably have, like, a good 30%. Because I honestly feel like, I've mentioned this in an early video, but I feel like that 25% just is a little too strong for what it seems like it's going to be. I feel like you lose your first 3 bars of health faster than you ever would your last health bar. I feel like you have way more time to survive, so, which is nice, you know, that's not a bad thing. I like that. Sure, it makes the game a little easier, but, you know, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, take your time, go slow, you know, don't be too crazy. You know, if you want to be aggressive, that's good too, because being aggressive does work. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I talked about most of what I could here. There's not much left besides just a few guys. So I'm sorry that this was kind of short, but most of these missions are short, and I have not a lot to say, really, because it's mostly just cut and dry. So, yeah, next episode is going to be a boss fight, so I guess I'll see you guys in that one.